Now, after the clash at Tawang, you've got AAP's national convener Arvind Kejriwal, who's demanding halting of trade with China. Kejriwal has gone on to tweet, and I'm quoting, "Why don't we stop our trade with China? Most of the goods imported from China are made in India. China will get a lesson from this, and employment will be created in India." Let me also now bring in my colleagues, Pallavi Ghosh, who's joining us on the broadcast. We also have Arunima joining us on the broadcast. Pallavi, let me come to you first. So Arvind Kejriwal is saying we need to stop trade with China. Can you give us more details of what we're hearing from AAP's national convener?
So this is AAP's line, which they have taken, in fact, inside Parliament also. They've come out with a list of companies which they claim are doing business, and why should they be doing business with India? That's the question that they are raising. Is clearly even AAP wants to play the nationalism card that, when China repeatedly is an offender, there is no need why the Indian government should even allow the Chinese goods into our country. We should not even have them as a part of our imports, and no trade tie should be there with China, because this is where it's going to hurt them the most. Earlier today, we also saw the Traders Association, for example, in the national capital, pretty much making the same demand. This is a bounce back on the allegations which came in from the government yesterday on the Congress party, for example, specifically saying the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation was getting funds from many Chinese donors as well, to which there was a retaliation which came in from Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary saying that the PM Cares Fund also has Chinese donors. So that's going to be the game which is going to be played out. For now, of course, that's what the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is saying.
Pallavi, I'll request you to stay on with us. Let me bring in Arunima also in the conversation. Arunima, as far as the opposition is concerned, there are two demands. One, they're saying, if this clash happened on the intervening night of 8th and 9th December, why did we hear about it much later? More importantly, they're saying we're not questioning the intent of our armed forces, but we want to know what is the larger strategy at play. What all did we see today? Yesterday, of course, there was ruckus post the Raksha Mantri statement, but what all did we see today?
So to answer the first part of your question first, what government sources are saying is that when this clash happened, immediately word traveled from Arunachal Pradesh to South Block. The Prime Minister's office was also briefed, and because of the sensitivities involved, a call was taken to understand all ramifications of it. There are, of course, external affairs ramifications to this. There are domestic ramifications as Parliament is in session. And once Raksha Mantri was briefed by all concerned, a call was taken that he will make a suo motu statement in Parliament. By then, of course, opposition had started moving in adjournment motions. Even today, they are protesting against that statement from Rajnath Singh, saying that we were not given a chance to seek any clarification. But what the government is saying is that this is a matter sensitive. It is of national interest, and therefore we can't really have political slugfest over it. The opposition counters that charge to say that even when the 1962 war was on the request of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Jawaharlal Nehru actually answered all questions. There was a discussion. So what has changed now? So in this back and forth, it is very clear that the opposition will continue to raise its demand. The government so far has not conceded. If in the Business Advisory Committee meetings there can be any consensus, perhaps it will be later in the week.
Okay, Arunima and Pallavi, we'll leave the conversation there. Thanks a lot for getting us all those details.